Now this might be the best upgrade I've added to my Subaru for road trips, camping adventures, and everything in between. But it's certainly not perfect, and you might not need one. Right behind me here is my 2024 Subaru Impreza RS in Sapphire Blue that I've owned for about a year now. Absolutely love this car, and I've done a lot to it. And one of the things is this Roam Adventure Awning. In this video, we're going to be covering the setup of the Roam Adventure Co. awning. We're going to be covering real world use and how practical it is on everyday driving. We're going to be covering the pros and cons of owning this awning on your car full-time or part-time. And then we're going to be covering who is this awning for. So first of all, what is this thing? This is a vehicle awning, and the overland community has kind of blown it out of proportion recently with these 270, 360, 540 degree awnings. This here is just your standard awning that pulls out and you get some shade, and it's a nice little escape from the sun, wind, or rain. So this awning here by Roam is the smallest they make. They do offer a wide variety of sizes, but I opted for the 4-foot adventure awning that goes on a smaller car like my hatchback right here. For me, this is more than enough space, more than enough shade. For one person, it's usually just me out here, but if it is my girlfriend and my dogs with me on a camping trip, it might be nice to have a little more space, but I opted for the 4-foot. I bought this to just make my Subaru more capable and more fun. I'm out here in the Arizona heat, and I have this awning shading me right here for filming, for camping, for snowboarding, for going out to events, for going to picnics, for traveling, going out to car meets, car shows. This thing is not just for camping or overlanding. This awning is for everyday use, in my opinion, if you're someone that goes outside. So the install and setup is a little interesting. It's different for everybody. If you guys already have roof rails and crossbars on your car, it shouldn't be too hard to get some mounting system up there. I just use the included brackets that it does come with, and I actually mounted it on my 1UP bike rack, and it did take a little bit of figuring out. So it's not one size fits all for every vehicle and every roof rack, but generally if you have crossbars and roof rails, you should be able to just mount it up there. Anybody can definitely install a Roam awning on their vehicle by themselves. You do not need to take this to a roof rack specialist. It's very self-explanatory. If I could do it, you can do it. It's just a matter of where you want to mount it. Make sure you guys have it in the middle of the car, not too far front, not too far in the back. Make sure the hatch can open, stuff like that. Now, as far as the setup itself for the awning, this is where things can get a little tricky if you are unfamiliar or inexperienced with awnings, such as myself. When I first set this thing up, when I went solo camping, I actually made the video, I'll leave the link in the description. I used the awning for the first time, and the poles were stuck just like they are in this video, and I had to pry them open because I couldn't fit my fingers inside the grooves. And that was just on the outside poles, so you have to take those two poles out. Now they are loose here, so I'm taking them out, and then you have to spin the inside of the poles, or I'm sorry, the outside. You got to spin those out, that way you can extend them to your desired extension there, and then tighten them back up. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I will say it isn't the smoothest process to set it up by yourself. With another person, a total breeze, but by yourself, things can be a little tricky if you haven't done it before. So as you guys can see, I do have it all the way set up here. I just have to extend the back poles. You want to get it pretty level, you know, it depends on how high your car is, but these legs I think are almost the same size when they're all the way pushed in. They're double that size, so I think they can get up to, like, you know, 8 feet high probably on a lifted Jeep or something like that. But Here I kind of look like a Harry Potter character, trying to get the other poles out of the side. So I'm just want to share with you guys the real stuff. You know, it's a great awning. I love it overall, but as far as the setup, it isn't the easiest and most smooth process unless you're doing it all the time. So just want to let you know that. And the final piece of the setup for the Roam Adventure Awning is getting those inside poles extended and then putting it in the little slot there and then tightening those poles up and then grabbing those Velcro straps that are all around the side of the awning itself and just tightening down the awning. Not super tight, you just want to use those Velcro straps to hold the pole in there. And after that, you're basically done with the full setup. So like I said, you don't have to use those stakes with the strings. That's only if you want super amount of stability. And if you did want to use those, you'd need a hammer. So think about that too. If you're going on a windy day or windy camp night, bring the right tools to put in those stakes for the extra stability. But the Velcro straps are pretty good for this setup here when I was out today. But yeah, it'll probably take, I'd say, at least, you know, a week or 2 weeks worth of setting the awning up in a row where you get comfortable with exactly how to set it up by yourself. There might be some tips that I'm not, you know, showing you guys, or tricks that I don't know of for setting up the awning with one person, but it can be done. And it's not easy, but like I said, if you know what you're doing, shouldn't be too bad. So let's go over some of the biggest real world benefits that you get when you use the Roam Adventure Awning. The first is going to be shade. Whether you live in a sunny climate, whether you live in a rainy climate, there's always going to be the sun that you're going to have to deal with anytime you're out and about on an adventure. And you deploy the awning and instantly you have shade. And it is in the morning right now. I have to move my seat just a little bit over, but I still have a good at least 6x4. It gives you a pretty good amount of shade. You know, I'm out here in the blistering heat and I am comfortable here in the shade. And any time of year you could use this awning to protect you from the sun. Mountain biking adventures, hiking adventures, camping adventures, you name it. So the second thing is wind stability. So I did use this on an overnight solo camping trip here in Flagstaff area, and there was a little bit of a storm coming through, and the wind stability on this thing is pretty solid. You do have the string things with the stakes that you can use for even more stability, but when it's not really windy, I don't even opt to use that. It's pretty sturdy. You will definitely hear it, but if it's super high winds, I definitely recommend just taking it down. And as far as rain, if it is lightly raining, this is going to be an excellent way to protect yourself and your gear from that rain, basically until it stops. But if it is a big storm coming through, I definitely recommend to just take the awning down. Let's go over some real quick pros and cons so you guys get an idea of what it's like to live with the Roam Adventure Awning. So the pros are pretty simple. You got quick shade. You got an easy setup. It doesn't take that long. Once you get used to it, you just undo these two poles here, undo these two poles here, Velcro strap those up. And then it definitely makes car camping way better and more convenient because it's sitting on top of the car. You're not taking up any space inside the car. And if you get the smallest one like I did, it's pretty easy to live with. So the cons is the price. This thing is around $300. I got it on sale for around $250. I'm gonna leave a link in the description if you guys are interested. So one thing I was concerned about, and it is kind of a con for me, is it is a little heavy. I'd say it weighs about 20 pounds or so, maybe more, maybe I'm wrong. And each one's obviously gonna weigh a little bit different, but it is another item that you're adding to your car, you know, unless you're a full overland setup and you want the most amount of stuff possible. I don't really want a bunch of extra stuff on my car if I'm not using it. And I daily drive the Subaru to work and back. That's most of my driving. So to have this awning on the car isn't the most ideal, but I think the pros outweigh the cons in general. All right, real quick, let's go over who should buy this awning. If you're like a full-time car camper or like you're car camping a lot, that's a yes. Definitely buy this. If you're a road tripper, adventurer, mountain biker, something like that, and you're always traveling in your car, SUV or whatever, I think it's a must-have. because especially with the climate change going on, guys, we're getting is this hot sun. It's March right now and it's supposed to be 90 degrees in Sedona today. That's nuts. Daily drivers, I would say probably not. I am a daily driver here, but I like to keep the Roam awning because I'm in Arizona, in northern Arizona, where we're always adventuring, camping, and it's just, you know, I love having it. For a super budget build, this definitely isn't something that's going to be the cheapest item on the list. You know, at about $250, I think you can get it for $275. It is a pretty expensive thing to have, but I think, like I said, guys, I think the pros outweigh the cons for someone that uses it. So if you're building out your Subaru for road trips, this is definitely something that can make a difference. Or if you're building out an awesome camp setup Subaru, then this is definitely something you need. I will say the height of your car doesn't matter that much. Some of you guys might say, oh, it's too low, you can't stand up underneath it. The amount of time you're gonna spend standing up underneath your awning is very minimal. So I want you guys to consider that. It can go on an Impreza, you can put it on a WRX, you can even put one on a BRZ. Why not, man? It's 2026. But I think any Subaru could easily have an awning and benefit from it for sure, especially those outback wilderness, forester wilderness, where it is nice and high off the ground. You get a lot more height out of it too. And there's also things you can do with your setup to get the custom brackets, stuff like that, to raise the overall height of it as well. Holy cow, dude. It's so hot, guys, and my allergies are absolutely crushing me today, but we still managed to get this out. Let me know in the comments, would you guys be down to have an awning on your Subaru? I really think it's one of the coolest mods, accessories that you can get, and that's why I'm making this product review, is I love it. Protection from the sun, the rain, the elements. It's just awesome, dude. Roam makes all these other good products too. And this is not a sponsored video, by the way, guys. This is just me showing a product that I bought with my own money, by the way. I did not get this sent to me. If you guys enjoyed this video, man, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the join button if you guys want to become a member. But real quick, I'll show you guys exactly how to take it down. So all you do, you can tighten these or loosen these just by turning them like that. And then they just go back in the thing here. Now, it can be a little tricky with one person, but once you get the hang of it, it is not too bad at all here. I can't wait to take this to more events. That's really the bread and butter, I think, for the awning here. Events and stuff like that. And then these two just go right up top here. And it says unlock right there, or lock, that's unlocked. So that goes up here. And then this one, last but not least, this baby got like salt on it or something. That's weird, and it says you don't want to tighten them too tight, so that makes sense. And sometimes it is hard to get these little things, it's hard to pull these out sometimes, so maybe it's because I'm tightening it too far. And then all I do with the little strings, oh, I got everything so dirty now out here, just for you guys, man, just for the video. I got everything all dirty, so I just put these up here like that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna tighten it down like this, guys. Just get it up there, get your loop in there, and that's it. That's it, just tighten it down. You know, you can try to be like me and get it all perfect and everything, but odds are it's not gonna always be perfect, you know? But a pet peeve of mine is having it slanted, like when you're putting it away. That's why I'm saying, like, get it down there nice and good. Oh, there you guys have it. The Roam Adventure Co. 4-foot awning. I absolutely love it. Like I said, guys, the link is going to be in the description if you guys are interested. And other than that, hope you liked the video. If you guys want to become a member, hit the join button. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the lives. We go live every day, and we also upload every Monday. We'll see y'all later.